Someone once said something very profound. In the test of life, you don't get numbers. When people give you a place in their hearts, that's when you know you've passed. This is the story of a king who had a vast empire, a mighty army, and an abundance of wealth. There was no shortage of anything in his life. But time spares no one. The king was growing old, and illness had become his constant companion. His health was deteriorating, and the royal doctor warned him, "Your days are numbered, my king. You must renounce worldly life and retreat to the forests. Leave the kingdom in your children's hands and spend your remaining days in meditation and worship. You have cared for this kingdom all your life. Now it's time to care for your soul." The king was troubled. Not because he was afraid of renunciation, but because he wished for someone to accompany him. He had 4 queens, and he hoped that one of them would go with him into the jungles. He first approached his 4th queen, his youngest queen, whom he had married later in life. He loved her deeply and showered her with affection, gifts, and luxuries. Surely she would go with him. He went to her chamber full of hope and said, "My queen, I have decided to renounce everything and retreat to the forests. Will you come with me?" The 4th queen looked at him coldly and said, "What madness is this? You are free to go wherever you like, but I will stay here. This is my home, my palace." The king was stunned. He had given her everything, his time, his attention, and his love, yet she refused without hesitation. He hung his head in disappointment and left her chamber. With hope still alive, the king went to his 3rd queen. She was beautiful, charming, and beloved by him. He had always admired her elegance and grace. Standing before her, he said, "I love you very much, my queen. I want to spend the last days of my life in the jungle. Will you come with me?" The 3rd queen scoffed and replied, "Are you out of your mind? You can live your remaining days here comfortably. If you go to the forest, I will marry again and live my life happily. Why should I go with you?" Her words pierced his heart. He felt betrayed yet again. The king turned away, feeling even more disheartened. Determined, he went to his 2nd queen, who had always been wise and intelligent. She was the one who helped him with political decisions, guided him in times of crisis, and supported him throughout his reign. Surely she would stand by him now. He said to her, "My queen, I am leaving everything behind to seek peace in the jungles. Will you accompany me?" The 2nd queen sighed and said softly, "My king, I have always supported you, and I love you dearly, but I cannot go with you. However, I will ensure that your last rites are performed with all the honor and respect you deserve. You do not need to worry about that." The king felt a wave of sadness wash over him. Even the queen, who had been his greatest confidant, refused to accompany him. All she promised was to stay until his funeral. Just as he was leaving in despair, a faint voice called out from behind, "I will come with you, my king." The king turned around and saw a frail woman standing at the door. She wore no jewelry, no fine clothes, and her face bore the marks of neglect. She was the king's 1st queen, the one he had married first, long ago. She had once been the love of his life, but over time he had forgotten her in the presence of his other queens. Tears filled the king's eyes as he asked, "You? You are willing to come with me?" She smiled and said, "Yes, my king. I will go with you to the jungles. I will stay by your side, no matter how long it takes or where you go." The king felt ashamed. The queen he had neglected the most was the only one willing to stand by him. And so he left for the forest, accompanied by his 1st queen. This story is not about a king or his queens. It is about you, me, and all of us. Each of these queens represents something important in our lives. The fourth queen is your body. We spend so much time caring for it, keeping it fit, dressing it beautifully, and obsessing over its appearance. But when our time comes, the body will refuse to go with us. The third queen represents your material possessions, your cars, houses, clothes, and wealth. No matter how hard you work for them, they will belong to someone else when you leave. They will not accompany you. The second queen signifies your family and friends, the people you love the most. They will stand by you through thick and thin, but they can only go as far as your funeral. Beyond that, they cannot accompany you. And the first queen, the one we neglect the most, is your soul. It is the only thing that stays with you through life and beyond. Yet we often forget to care for it because it came to us for free. We spend our lives running after the other queens, our bodies, possessions, and relationships, while completely ignoring our souls. We never pause to ask, what does my soul want? Am I truly happy? Think about it. Whenever you face a major decision in life, the voice that truly matters is the voice of your soul, the voice within you. Real motivation comes from this voice. It is the only guide you need. So, take care of your soul. Spend time in silence, meditate, and listen to what your soul is telling you. Because in the end, it is the only companion that will stay with you forever. Life isn't as complicated as we make it. Take care of the first queen,